sweet ones. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Let us pull some cards for some weekend guidance for us. Today, we have our last quarter waning moon in Leo, and that means that there is 1 week today until the Scorpio new moon on November 4th. So this new moon starts off the lunar cycle that culminates in the Taurus lunar eclipse on November 19th. So we are very swiftly moving into eclipse season shadow territory, and this is a very active, magical time. It can feel like time speeds up a little bit. It can feel like karma is activated and signs and synchronicities are kind of just a little bit more commonplace. It can feel like divine intervention is playing out in many different shapes and sizes all around us during the shadow of eclipse season. And we are going to be in this energy all November and all December because we have one lunar eclipse on the 19th of November and then a solar eclipse on December 4th. So we're closing off this year in a very active energy. It's going to be really important for us to let go. And that's the invitation for us, I think, for our Samhain rituals this weekend. This weekend, we of course welcome Samhain, the cross-quarter day between fall equinox and winter solstice. And we get to just sort of locate ourselves in this moment, this sort of liminal space between fall and winter and past and future. And just connect in with a deeper sense of knowing, connect in with a deeper sense of what we want and what the divine, wants for us. It's a powerful time for divination. And I invite you to make space for some divination. And rather than go into your Samhain rituals with a specific intention of what you want to know or what you want to do, help the divine just kind of help you surrender. Like, take a step back and say, show me the way. Because certainly the last weeks of 2021 are going to take us on an active ride. So let's pull some cards for weekend guidance for us. The Devil, Death, and the Two of Cups. Let's not forget that sometimes destruction is what we need to do in order to facilitate the regeneration of something. These two are literally two sides of the same coin. We can't have creation without destruction. We can't have destruction without creation. This is the invitation of this season. On the Scorpio season in general reminds us that it's so important to honor what needs to fall away, because we have to let the leaves fall in order to have the beautiful blossoming rebirth of the next cycle of growth. And this is absolutely true in our lives as well, for our relationships, for our relationship with ourselves, and our relationship with all we do. If we're not letting the old fall away, if we're not allowing ourselves to notice what feels lifeless and move through the process of letting it go, grieving the process of letting go of what needs to be let go, whether that's an emotion, whether that's a version of ourselves, whether that's a belief or a relationship dynamic or an idea. If we're not grieving the loss of all those and moving through the whole process of letting all that go, then we won't be able to get to that new day and receive that beauty, that vitality, that vibrancy, that life. Death is an important part of growth and life itself. This weekend, we have an opportunity to honor that and not feel defeated by it, not feel powerless to it. Where have you been holding on to something that just has run its course? Where have you been trying to make something work that just doesn't give you life anymore? And where have you been maybe keeping yourself stuck as a result of that? Maybe you've been trying to repeat something in a relationship or hold something together in a relationship because you're afraid of it changing, you're afraid of losing it. But change could be exactly what it needs to thrive. Don't fear death. Marvel at the power of it, the regenerative power of it. a really interesting opportunity to get out of our own way, to free our minds and think about things in a whole new way. To me, Scorpio season is such an alchemical season, and the axis of Scorpio and its opposite sign, Taurus, is the axis of alchemy. Scorpio reminds us of the power of what could be, and Taurus reminds us of the power of, what is. It's all about sort of the here and now versus the spiritual realms and the emotional realms. They need each other. And I think, to me, this reading is sort of pointing us a little bit more to, what could be. It's really an important reminder with the devil to know that only when we get so fixated, so focused on how things are in the material realm, do we we start to feel powerless to it. We sort of forget that the underlying why, the underlying values, the energies, the essences of what makes all of those beautiful material things worth having. That's like what can kind of make us feel stuck. We're not living these hollow lives where we're just walking expressions of ourselves, where we're just like walking people around. Like, we're not robots. We have these rich inner worlds. We have to have these rich inner worlds in order to have rich outer worlds. And we have to, express those in order to keep that inner world feeling vital and vibrant. It's just about feeling into that balance. It's about feeling into that balance right now. What do you want to release in order to feel really, really strong as your creative self, as your most creative, powerful, manifesting, alchemical self? Marvel at how the leaves are falling. Marvel at how fruit starts rotting in the bowl. It's part of the process. All of this is transient. All of this is transient. And we have to be here fully for it. We have to be so present for it in order to really engage in each stage of everything, as it is always constantly evolving. And if it's not constantly evolving, that is a fate worse than death. We want our relationships to evolve. We want our businesses and our careers to grow and change. We want our bodies to grow and change. We want our loved ones to grow and change. They have to. We don't want things to stay the same. Where are you maybe trying to make things stay the same? You can thrive. But you have to be courageous. The more courageous you can be, the more alive you can be. Page of Cups. The intuition is speaking to us. There's a nudge. There's a new knowing, a new dream, a new insight, a new hunch, a new desire coming through with the Page of Cups. And we gotta hold it. We gotta catch it. We gotta be there to catch that fish as it is jumping out of us. So make time and space for ritual today, maybe every day leading up to Samhain, a little compartment of time just for you to check in with your emotions and really receive it. Don't shut it down. Don't judge it. Don't get cerebral about it. Don't try and think about fitting all of this new ideas and all of this new energy into your life already before you've even kind of got there. One step at a time. All we need to do is just say, okay, yeah, I'm willing. And that's the invitation of the page, the messenger cards in the tarot, to say, I'm willing to accept this invitation. I'm willing to accept this nudge, and I'm willing to go with it. I'm willing to go with it. It's not about micromanaging any part of the process. It's about really opening up to let the divine show you the way of how to bring this into the fullest expression of itself. You're not doing all of this alone. Let's pull the Witch's Wisdom Oracle card here. Love seeing the devil and death coming up so close to Samhain. Don't fear your power. Don't fear your creative potential. Don't fear any part of that process. Just don't lose sight of the why. Don't lose sight of the purpose, you know, in your magical work, in your life. There doesn't always have to be a purpose for everything, but it's about purpose in the now, purpose in the present, purpose in being alive, purpose in being. That can change all the time, our purpose for being. And I hope it does for you, just like I hope it does for me. All right, Lady Goddess, feminine. Let's read the wisdom message for this. Whether you are male or female, each of us holds both divine and masculine energies within our makeup. Lady Goddess has been drawn, which indicates that you are struggling with an imbalance of these energies. You have given too much of yourself, finding it impossible to receive. It is so important to understand that it is the masculine that gives and the feminine that receives. So the next time someone offers you something, whether it's a gift, a compliment, or help, receive graciously, working with the scent from fresh roses or natural rose essence, as well as rose quartz, will help you heal your heart and open up to receptivity. This will enable you to harness the divine feminine within and align with the harmony that you long for. Invoke Lady and Goddess into your life as you willingly receive her gifts of love, peace, gentleness, beauty, purity, and compassion. Acknowledging our femininity. Acknowledging our femininity, being receptive, and not forgetting how generative that is. Move slow right now. Receive from the world around you. Receive from all that's taking shape around you. What can I receive from this? What can I receive from this moment? What am I receiving from this moment? Can I receive this? Is this something that I can receive, or do I need to change something a little bit? What do I need to know about this? There's so much wisdom that can come from our being receptive. So what would that look like for you today? Let's pull one last oracle card here. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. The devil. How devil is that? True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. That is receptive strength. Don't just stay triggered. It's inconvenient to feel your feelings, but that's where the real alchemy happens. That's what Scorpio teaches us. My loves, I am sending you so much love and so many blessings. If you would like a reading with me, hit the link in my bio. I would love to serve